Hi YouTube, what are you all up to? Camera's over there, not down here. Shit. Yeah, I've got a habit of looking at the screen instead of the camera for some reason. Well, one of the big things that has happened recently, worldwide, has been the Eurovision Song Contest. What an utter load of bollocks that is now. I mean, I remember where about, so many years ago, about 12 years ago, the Eurovision Song Contest used to be about the music. Now it's all about politics. Have you noticed that? Recently, especially the last 2 or 3 years, you'll notice that certain countries vote for each other over everybody else, whether their singer is good or not. Basically, like the Eurovision Song Contest, which is meant to be about singing and and who's the best singer, which country has the best singer, it's suddenly turned into a let's just vote for our friends thing, basically. One of the most important parts of the political voting system now is that the former Soviet Union countries, like Ukraine, Russia, Cuba, that sort of place, they all vote for each other, because they're all and it's amazing how they're all former members of the Soviet Union. I wonder what's making them vote for each other. And certain other countries vote for each other as well. I mean, I can't say it's all bad. I mean, we get some votes from like France, Germany, sometimes. Obviously, we get a vote from Ireland. And what I really can't believe this year is Ireland beat England when Ireland had Jedward, those two annoying twatty boys with stupid fucking haircuts. Ireland had them singing for them, and we had Blue. Now, I don't like Blue. I'm not a big fan of Blue. I'm not into the whole boy band thing. Probably a lot of girls out there, you're all possibly big fans of Blue, or used to be big fans of Blue. Well, you used to be very small fans of Blue, really, because you're little girls. But, I'm not a big fan of Blue, but I'd hope that they would have beat Jedward, because Jedward are so utterly shit and so utterly fucking annoying that I wouldn't want them to win. But they did. They beat us. So that's fucking annoying. I hate Jedward. Now, Ireland had someone like Westlife. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Westlife either, or Boyzone. But if they had Westlife or Boyzone singing for them, yeah, I'd expect them to beat us with Blue, because Westlife are marginally better than Blue, I guess. Boyzone are slightly better than Blue. I'd say Boyzone were better than Westlife, because I just don't like Westlife at all. But yeah, obviously, Boyzone would seem a bit difficult and It would seem a bit different now because Stephen Gately is no longer in it, which I guess was a huge loss to Boyzone and to a hell of a lot of their fans. But diverting back to what I was talking about, the Eurovision Song Contest isn't about the singing anymore. It's all about politics and tactical voting and shit. And that's the same for most things now. I mean, you get programs like Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, America's Got Talent, like Pop Idol, Pop Stars, which is worldwide now. I mean, we have Australian Britain's Got Talent. Well, Australia's Got Talent. You have America's Got Talent. You've got American Idol. You've got Pop Idol. You've got X Factor. You've got X Factor USA, I think. China have their own version of Pop Idol. But that doesn't seem to be the way it should anymore. It's not about the singing, it's whether they think you look good. I mean, guess the exceptions to that rule would be Susan Boyle, but she just fucking blitzed the competition basically when she turned up. But other than that, they've always gone for people who look good, and it doesn't matter whether they can sing well or not. And that's not really what you should be looking for. I mean, people don't buy a CD because of the person looking good. They buy a CD because the person sounds good. I mean, I'm not exactly the best looking guy in the world, but let's just say I'm a good looking guy, just for argument's sake. And I sing as shit as I normally do. I would possibly win X Factor because of my good looks, rather than lose because of the shit singing that I have. Whereas you contrast that with someone like, see, who's a good singer but is ugly, apart from, I don't, Britney Spears. Sorry, Britney. I mean, yeah, but I just don't. You're just not attracted to me. Sorry. Probably not attracted to me either. So I guess balances itself out. But you know, Britney Spears would possibly lose because she's got a good look. She's got a good voice, but she's not a very good looking person. I mean, I know a lot of people can disagree and say Britney Spears is gorgeous, but you know, in my point of view, she's not. Currently, my definition of a gorgeous singer is Lady Gaga. Madonna still looks good, even though she's about 50. Never been a big fan of Kylie Minogue or anything like that. But yeah, a lot of things now where it's meant to be like emphasis on one thing, it's now emphasis on something else. So singing competitions have become beauty competitions. Even beauty competitions, you know, like Miss America, you know, you only really have a shot of winning if the thing you would wish for most in the world was world peace. I mean, you could be a Pamela Anderson, not Pamela Anderson, you could be, who's sexy? You could be an even sexier version of Hilary Duff. You know, which is very difficult because she's very sexy anyway. You could be an even sexier version of Hilary Duff, and unless you said you'd wish for world peace, you possibly wouldn't have a chance of winning. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really up on American beauty pageants, but I'm guessing that's how it goes. You know. Some of my American viewers, you could actually tell me more on that sort of front. No, that's funny. I didn't mean to word it like that either. Yeah. Oh man. Magic Law! Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so this is where some of my American viewers can actually tell me more about that sort of thing. But yeah, when you're meant to put emphasis on one thing to win, they put emphasis on something else now, is basically what I'm saying. So the Eurovision Song Contest is not about whether you're a good singer or whether your country has got a good singer. It's about whether you have more influence over more countries. It's basically like a very weird game of conquest or Axis and Allies, if you've ever played either of those two games, one being a board game, one being a computer game like a board game, if you get what I mean. Axis and Allies is basically a computer game version of the game Risk, in that it's fucking exactly the same, except you play it on a computer. You know, basically, like, if you could influence the most people, you can win, basically. I don't think that's how it should be. I think the Eurovision Song Contest should be based around the singing, not about which country you are friends with and which country you are not. I mean, yes, you could possibly argue, yes, he's complaining because England always lose. But that's not the reason. I don't give a toss if we lose. But I want us to lose fairly. Like, I want someone to win only if their country has the best singer. And I like how a lot of the countries now actually sing in English. I think that's quite good. English is becoming like a universal language now. Well, not universal, because we're only on planet Earth. It says a lot about the Mr. Universe contest, doesn't it? You never get any Martians on there. Or any like aliens from far away. Like Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not President Arnold Schwarzenegger. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Won Mr. Universe contests quite a few times. But it'd really be Mr. World, really, wouldn't it? Not Mr. Universe. I mean, if you had to compare his muscles to that of a Klingon, if a Klingon race actually did exist, they probably do. You never know. But I don't think he'd win against a Klingon or against a Predator. Because if the Predator lost, he'd probably shoot everybody. No. Possibly. You never know. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that as well. New program on telly, right, it's called Dating in the Dark. Basically, a man and a woman are put in a room together with the lights off. They sit and have a conversation and they get to know each other. They might get a bit touchy-feely, and then afterwards, after they've decided whether they like each other or not, they get shown what each other looks like. And, it's basically putting emphasis on personality over looks in a dating aspect. Because too many people go for looks over personality. And yeah, you might get someone who's quite good looking. But then it could be a complete arsehole. Or she might be very good looking, but she could be a complete bitch. Whereas you could be not the best looking fruit in the basket, but be really, really nice. Like me. I know I insult myself a lot, but look at me. Actually, I'd love your opinion on my looks, really. I mean, yeah, I need a shave. But, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, bit annoyed that the Eurovision Song Contest is all about politics and that now, and, competitions are changing. And I just think the whole thing should be put back the way it was. Don't know if anyone agrees. I'm guessing you all agree. I think if any of you went on something like American Idol and you were a fucking good singer and a lot better than all the rest of the people, I'm sure you would want to win because you're a good singer, not lose to someone who's better looking than you, who's a shit singer. And yeah, you can argue, oh yeah, well the viewers vote, but the viewer vote is bollocks. They do not bloody recognise the viewer vote at all. And that's mainly because no one fucking votes anymore. Because they've all realised that it's absolute bollocks, so they don't vote. Basically, the judges pick who they want to win, and that person eventually wins. And I can normally, when I sit and watch a programme like X Factor or something like that, I can normally predict who's going to win. And 90% of the time, I'll be correct. Normally, the really good-looking one, quite not shit at singing, but not as good as the rest. But the fact that they're good-looking is the reason that they win. And I've been right most of the time. Like I said, 90%. So yeah, but I think they should swing it back towards emphasis on what it's meant to be, not on what it now is. So yeah. So thank you for watching this video about competitions, I guess. It's waffle about competitions. And be sure to tune in for some more videos again quite soon. I think I've got some to upload today after converting them, because they're all about a gigabyte. A bit too big. That's what she said. And yeah, be sure to give me your thoughts on my looks. I'm going to regret saying that, aren't I? God. Bye. And now I've got to press the button without moving.